Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Peace to the nation. Hope y'all doing well. I haven't been on for a while. I've been leaning to my own devices for a little bit, man. I don't want to say I've been in my feelings, but sometimes you gotta process your emotions and take an inventory of where you are at the current state and time, and make some evaluations and make some determinations in which your navigation through your frustrations and whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to process. Things you might. It may not be something that's caused by somebody else has done. It may be something that comes in from the inside. But really, that's not what I'm here today. I was just thinking. I want you to think at least 3 times a day, deeply preferentially. Put some thought into what it is you thinking about. And what I was thinking about, man. Hmm. And I mean, you would think that this would have kind of had a way in it at November, for the most part, when the decision was made in November. But at least for black people, I'm speaking for black people. I can speak for black people. I believe I identify as a nigger boy, a descendant of those who were once enslaved in this country, who were referred to uh, by the good old Europeans mispronunciations, the English men's mispronunciation. Is this thing a wrong pronunciation and enunciation of the word Niger. They called them people niggers. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. I was just thinking, and I would think I, on social media. I'm on social media, right? Just keep it plain on my Facebook page, and since I'm a man of stately of season. I just recently turned the ripe old age of 54. So it's like the people that even though I have all kinds of age groups in my friends list, but a lot of the people who I see are have to be within the ages of 35 and up. Just say 35. So a lot of this stuff. Sometimes I see them talking a lot about uh, what's going on with Trump. Some they'll come out. Let's take for this for example. There was a ruling or legislation passed about ending segregations and federal contracts, segregated. I don't know specifically the workplace. I mean, it what I can't say specifically what it was, and I guess that's kind of a bogus on my part. But I know I read it, and it ain't saying what they think they saying it is. They wanted to say that they're going to bring back separate water fountains, and black folks are going to be denied some particular form of right because Trump put in some legislation, which really, for the most part, was to make sure that I should say, for the most part, was partially for the fact that okay, y'all can't. There's a men's bathroom and there's a women's bathroom. As far as the federal, whatever the federal money is going to, but whatever federal agency or organization that receives federal money, there's going to be a male bathroom and there's going to be a female bathroom. If that, I guess, in the mind of some might consider that a form of segregation. But I digress. I'm not even trying. That's not even the point I'm really making. My thing about it is that after 400, almost 500 years worth of Negro living, African American, Black Negro, Afro American, POC, some of y'all people, coloreds, you minority niggas. Uh, After all these centuries of living in this country, having history of living in this country, you are still you playing side. You're looking for a hand to hold. You're still holding on. You're leaning on the everlasting arm. Master, grand old master. I don't understand it. I mean, you play this game, you let these people, whatever Englishmen or controlling body. I go, it's all the English, it's the Englishmen. These these uh, branches of parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, are largely held and control benefit those who are alabaster skin the most, but benevolent. So, you might have your black politicians, your black representation. Put them in there. You put all your hope and faith for your representation, but your representation never leads to anything of tangible and constructive value. Them people that y'all had that they vibe to be their representation, come from certain areas and be in certain areas. I've been behind. I lived in Cook County, Illinois. I don't live in the urban area of Chicago, so it kind of affects me, but it really doesn't affect me. But it really affects me. The mayor of Chicago, 2 times been black. One time, last time it was a black she was LGBTQ black mayor. She checked box. She was woman and she was black, and she had, she identified with that group of people. So you had that. That was the super liberal aspect of it. It was more niggas dying and being disenfranchised during a time period than just a baby. Lori Lightfoot. Then we have the new black representation. This guy came out of nowhere, Mohawk Blaze and Brandon Johnson. You This is black. I'm a black Cook County resident, so I think that I reflect those who also live in the urban area of Chicago as well. When I say that nothing of constructive benefit specifically and solely for those who are considered Black Americans has necessarily manifested underneath these black mayors, this black representation. Y'all want to seat at the table, but the only people who eat at the table is the person sitting at the table. These black representors, this black representation, steadily gets they go in there supposed to be making $150,000. They come out with the 9 million. Then they be these foot niggas, these toenail soldier ass Democratic voter niggas that be right on playing a hard defense, a hard front line for the niggas. Oh, they had this before they did this, and that's why they made all these millions. Man, y'all bullshit, man. Y'all know them people get paid under the table to sell your black ass out. And then they come in there and they do a little dance, make a little video, talk like they tough, like, and then get in there and be sassy while there's a whole bunch of white people around, and all that does is kind of titillate and entertain them. And y'all think that's representation. This is what y'all want to be represented for. Represented for the fact that you always get caught stealing money. I'm talking about you, black female politician, and it's not misogyny if it's true. But you want this fake black politician, and you cry, you mourn. It's like you really expect you. It kills me how we went 4 years under her and Con Master Biden, and everything was fine. Meanwhile, a person who has reason, rational, and intellect is knowing that shit is fucked up out here. We telling y'all that it's fucked up out here, but y'all putting on. We got a black VP in there. She black like me. This woman is an Indian lady. Y'all was gaslighting the nigga man cause of an Indian lady. And now y'all crying and mourning, trying to do this, trying to do it. Man, you better get your black ass out and do some goddamn work. You crying, oh, they just segregation. We going back before the Civil Rights Act. But goddamn, isn't the Civil Rights Act a federal legislation law? So how the fuck they gonna go back to segregation when the Civil Rights Act of 1964 has already been passed? I'm trying to understand it. Y'all the smart black people, and y'all stand on y'all motherfucking square like y'all really gaining or losing something under either one of these motherfuckers when it's been 60 years of benign neglect to the black community. The bastions of Democratic Chicago, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, New York City, Los Angeles, California are fucking wastelands for niggas. You don't have anything of substantial value. You wanted to sit at the white man counter. You didn't want to stand. You didn't want to come to your nigga neighbor counter and eat his food. Y'all thought that the white man ice was cold. And now all you got now is that hand you want to hold, that political hand you trying to hold. And they use you. They push up the Black Lives Matter. Man, it was real revolutionary niggas getting killed mysteriously while their representatives were buying multi-million-dollar places to live, mansions and things of that nature. But we supposed to believe in your black political representation. Oh, some of y'all niggas talking bad about the Democratic Party. Y'all sound like y'all on the planet, nigga. What are you saying? Are you saying? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's really amazing that in the 21st century you have niggas who are standing. Wow, hold on. You have niggas that are standing on the white supremacist porch, casting aspersions and accusations of you being under the toenail, under the thumbnail in the dominion of the overseer. Just cause the overseer pat you on your head, Toby, that don't make it no better for the nigga out in the field. You talking bad about the nigga in the field like the good boule niggas in the 21st century. Once upon a time, it was forbidden. That there was a business and there still is a business. Shout out to Al Sharpton. Jesse Jackson, your days at Jesse. You had Malcolm X. When Malcolm X went to Mecca, he said he saw all those Muslims and people of the Muslim, the kind heart, the spiritual heart. They weren't necessarily all black or whatever, like Elijah Muhammad, Kid Touch himself said. There was people that was of all denominations and all racial things and all that, so on and so forth. Then you had Zora Neale Hurston. There was a certain group of people who cast their bones about spreading the narrative of how the po nigga narrative. Meanwhile, there were authors like Zora Neale Hurston that rather say, well, it may be kind of poor for some of us, but we still happy, and we love each other. You ain't all the sorrow shit like that. I guess so. You had Zora Neale Hurston. She was very popular through the Harlem Renaissance era, all the black era. She was a very popular author. But you had the other writers, I guess I think they said Richard Wright and W.B. Du Bois, and some of those other black potentates. They were like, well, we need you to kick this narrative, or we don't, that's not helping what we trying to do. We can't get what we trying to get. If you make it seem like it's hope for the nigga. Zora Neale said, I got to write what I feel. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So Zora Neale was cast out by the Boule. The Boule, they might mention Zora Neale being one of the organization, but they won't never talk in detail how they treated Zora Neale Hurston at the end. Just like the good old Nation of Islam won't talk about how they did Malcolm. Malcolm was talking about coming together with the white folks and the Indian, whomever, that black we could actually, we might say do for self, know for self, and do for self. But then Malcolm talking about teach them niggas to actually do for self. And we got niggas in the 21st century crying about a motherfucking reality star businessman. It's a business. Ain't now y'all niggas ain't got no investment or capital in the game. So all you can do is cry and talk about how you feel mistreated, your feelings. And it's not putting a goddamn penny in your pocket. You have no solutions. The eggs been high. Now you want to talk about eggs. When niggas been talking about eggs for the past 3 fucking years. Now you want to talk about eggs. You ain't got no land, no chickens, nigga. You ain't even got no markets to sell. You ain't got a supermarket to sell the eggs. Miguel, what up, man? Everything well. Segregation is here. Take apart us, divide us, turn us against each other when it's time for their plans. For the plans they have, man. It's poor folks and rich folks. The illusion is the illusion. Hmm. Man, I grew up with poor white trash, man. I grew up in McDowell County, Southern West Virginia, the patch, and we had people. It didn't matter. Of course, you got your outliers that are racist. That's why some people say they never dealt with the racism growing up, okay, you just yeah, okay, you never dealt with the racism. You lived a very sheltered life, my friend. It's just killing me today how the soft life of the African American black folks. They want to argue with each other, and then you have the other part. This is the last part because I have a few more moments. So why not speak on it? How folks talk about these niggas, man. These nigga, these gangster niggas, the big U's, the whack 100s, the meech, the big meeches, and all that shit, man. It's like, well, the yellow beesies and the Mo threes and how gangster niggas was and sliding this, that, and the third. And it's like, well, why is it? It's your culture is what you're doing at a particular. You talk about black culture. Black culture is whatever you're doing, thinking about, creating, involved in a particular amount of time. They make this shit black culture. The idolation and the idolatry are the most negative and destructive aspects of the so-called black community, man. They talk this shit like they hmm, hmm, mm, mm, mm. I don't know, man. They talk this shit like it's supposed to be, it's supposed to exist. It really that the black people hurting and killing each other is supposed to be just the part of what it's supposed. It's just what it is. It's just the reality of what it is. It's if the niggas and the ancestors, those who had nobody else to depend on but each other, would be trying to kill off whatever uh 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 soldiers or aspects, people, in their army, soldiers in their army, alliances, family members, people, neighbors. They gonna kill off their neighbor when they need their neighbor. It's illogical, but I digress. I digress. I got to go in here and handle my business, man. I see how the algorithm do it, nigga. I don't put too much in this shit. It's discouraging, because I need really y'all need to know. A lot of these people need to know that little gossiping bullshit. They letting that shit ride, but they setting it up to get rid of that shit. They ain't gonna let niggas keep getting paid off that shit. Then you got on Facebook, they pulling up fight videos and shoot videos from fucking 2014, 2015 and remixing them like it's something new, man. I don't nobody want to scroll their timeline and see that shit. This is what you're identifying as your culture. And then you have those who are supposed to be middle class, the so-called potentate niggas. They are dependent upon a system which has never ever been to their constructive benefit. They want to shame you because you tell them that's what it is. Two palms up, man. Whatever blessings come down on you, appreciate whatever blessings you have. Keep on going. It's going to feel like you don't need to keep on going sometimes. It's going to feel like, man, you want to just crash on out with it. That's easy. Like I said earlier, I ain't necessarily I'm an old nigga. I'm an old nigga. I'm seasoned though. And there's certain things, certain situations, circumstances. You go, think you might bump your head, you might gain an accomplishment and come up, go down. Woo, woo, woo. That's your season, and that's why they call it sage. Sage wisdom. The young people can have knowledge, Wisdom is acquired by the usage and the utilization and the evaluation, the appreciation, the realization of what knowledge has produced to you after you put it down and put it in effect. That's what creates your wisdom. With that being said, nigga nation and nothing, peace and love. I'll holler at y'all later on. Now I want to, I appreciate you for hanging with a nigga. Peace and love, fam.